Everyone, this is Jackie from Jackie's Pythons and Dragons. Today I thought I would make a video on what foods I feed my bearded dragons as a stable daily diet. I have done a little research on what veggies are best as a daily meal, but other veggies can be given daily as well. This is just a video on what I like to feed my bearded dragons as a daily meal. I get it all from my local fruit market, and it costs me under $10 a week to feed my bearded dragons their vegetables. Kale. Now, kale is a good source of calcium and iron, and that cost me $1.50 for the bunch. Endive is high in calcium, and it cost me $2 for that bunch. Then we've got our butternut pumpkin, and that's an excellent source of fiber. And then over here we have our sweet potatoes. So this is the combination that I give my bearded dragons daily. Some of the other vegetables that can be given to your bearded dragon are green beans, rocket, parsnip, snap peas, watercress, squash, alfalfa, red capsicum, zucchini, and cauliflower. And this is just to mention a few, but there are other vegetables that can be given. Fruits can also be given, like blackberries, mangoes, strawberries, pears, peaches, raspberries, apples, and bananas. And that's just mentioning a few, but obviously there's more vegetables that can be given. I like to give my bearded dragons some fruit only once a week, and it's mostly mangoes that I like to give them. They really are keen on the mangoes, and blackberries. Now, if you are like me and don't have enough hours in a day to do everything, I like to prepare my beardies' food to last them a week. So I will show you how I prepare their food to last a week. Always remember to wash your vegetables or fruit before given to your bearded dragon. With my endive and kale, I like to let it soak in the water for half an hour and just give it a good wash. Next step is to drain all the excess water from the endive and kale. I just put it in a strainer for about half an hour, because when you chop it and put it into your container, if it's moist, it's not going to last as long as if it's nice and dry. I chop it all up and put it in a container, and it lasts me about a week, even over a week before it goes bad. While the endive and kale are draining, I will start chopping up and dicing my sweet potato and butternut pumpkin. I have finished dicing up all my sweet potato and butternut pumpkin into bite-sized pieces for my bearded dragons, and I've mixed it all together, as you can see. Then what I do next is I put them into Ziploc bags, enough for one day, and then after that I freeze it. So every time I want one, I just take it out of the freezer the day beforehand and defrost it in the fridge. And then when it defrosts, it will look like this. So it is quite soft, but I prefer it that way because it's a lot easier for the young bearded dragons to eat the vegetables, because they are quite hard, but then they turn soft after you defrost them. So, you know, it's an idea. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but it just depends on how busy your lifestyle is. And I find preparing everything beforehand for at least 1 week really makes a difference. Always remember to wash your hands and make sure they're nice and clean before preparing any food for your bearded dragon. Now that my kale and endive have finished draining, now I'm going to cut it up, but instead of using a knife to cut it up, I use scissors. Make sure you get a pair that you use just for cutting the vegetables for your bearded dragons. You don't want to use these for cutting paper or sticky tape, anything like that, and then go use it on food. So get them a separate pair of scissors. I find it very easy just to chop up the endive and kale with this, and I've got my container to put it in. So you just cut it up like this. And don't put the stem in there. You take the stem away. You just cut the leafy part. And you throw that away. Same with the endive. We're just going to cut all this leafy part. It looks like lettuce. we're going to throw that away. So this is the end result. I've chopped my kale and endive and mixed it together with the scissors. And see, it's all finely chopped, all ready to go. It makes life so much easier. I stick it in the fridge. I don't freeze the kale and endive. I just put it in the fridge in this airtight container. And it lasts over a week with no issues, no problems. Within a week, it's still just as fresh as when I first chopped it up. So, you know, I hope it helps. It's a bit of a tip. It's what I do. I work full time. I have kids. I've got a house to run, all my animals to look after. And chopping up food every day is quite time consuming. So this way, it's done. Every morning when I wake up, I feed them fresh vegetables on a daily basis, and it's much easier. Every morning I feed my bearded dragons their vegetables. I line up all their dishes. I have my container of pre-chopped greens and my defrosted sweet potato and butternut pumpkin. And it's as simple as putting it in there. You can put as much as you want. We'll just do that for now. This is just to show you what I do. We put our sweet potato and butternut pumpkin on top, however much you want. And there you go. It's quick, simple, easy. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.